Okay, so let's start. First of all, what you will need is a scale and a pencil, HB. So first of all, we are going to draw a line, perfect straight line in the top. Then another line parallel to that line in the bottom with a decent gap in between. After that, we will draw another line in the center. And another line in between the center and the top line. After that, we will match that center line to the bottom line. This is how we will know the shape of our eye. So we will start from the top and reach to the bottom. The lower part of the eye must be less curved in compared to the upper part. So let's start with the lower part. Just like that, and we're done. So we're done with the lower part. Now we'll draw the upper part, which must be more curved. And just like that, we'll match it to the top line and bring it back down to that end point. There, very good. Now, we'll draw the pupil and the iris. Before that, we will draw another line below to cover that lower part of the eye. Good. Now, right in the center, we will draw the pupil and the iris. So, we'll draw two lines to mark the center, and we'll draw the pupil. That is not like a human pupil, but more like a snakish, dragonish pupil. And right above we'll make the shining point, which will later on shine and it will make the eye look very realistic. Now we will draw the iris. Just like that, we're done. Now we will erase all of the lines. And now we will highlight all of the eye. What we have drawn till now, we'll highlight it all. And we'll draw another line outside of the iris, in both sides. That part will be the dark part. Well done. Now, we'll draw another line above with a decent gap in between. And now we'll draw another line below that. Very good. Now we will draw tiny scales. Just tiny scales across on the left side. But we will give it like a curving point just right there. We will just make on the top left like that, because the rest of the part will be dark, so it will just blend into the eye. Well done. Now we will start to make the upper parts and we'll start to make spikes. Just like that. Smaller spikes in the lower part, and as we go to the upper part, we'll make those spikes bigger, just like that. Smaller parts down, and as we reach upper, the scales will be bigger. And just like that, we're done. How easy is that? Good. Now we will draw the lower part. We won't make spikes in the lower part, but we will only make scales. And now here we'll make some big scales. And from here we'll make small scales. We'll go from the left to right, and in the middle there will be big scales. So here there will be small scales, here there will be bigger scales. So let's start. Remember, on the left side we will make small scales and we will blend to the right side. But before that we should make another line just to see till where we should draw our scales. And there it is. Just inside that line we will draw all of our scales. Remember, from small to big. Just like that, we're done. Now, in the lower part of that part, we will draw bigger scales. Just like that, and we're done. Good. Now, we'll lightly draw some scales on the inner part, medium sized. Now in the upper part we'll make another line where our eyelashes will be. And we'll just draw some scales to merge in that. Okay, good. Now we will take 2B and make the inner part of the eye. But before that we will draw this point in the left. Just like that, and we're done. And now we will draw the inner part of the eye first. We will use HB and we will shade all over the place. But remember to not shade in the upper part of that eye and the lower part of that eye. And of course, not in the shining point. And now we will merge it. And remember to not shade in the shining point. Now let's work on the iris. So what we will do, we'll make a flower pattern just around the pupil. Just like that. Easy and simple flower pattern around the eye. That will make the eye look realistic. And we're done. And now we will make some zigzag patterns on the right and some zigzag patterns on the left too. Just like that. Now we will just make some lines that gives it a more realistic look. And we're done. Now we will take 4B and we will shade the inner part of the eye, the pupil, and the outer lines. Now in the shining point, now in the iris we will shade from top to bottom and we will merge from top to bottom. But before that, I forgot to make another shining point. So just do that and make another shining point there and just merge the eye from top to bottom. Merge it. Now we will use a darker pencil, which is 6B. And again we will repeat what we did. We will draw the iris and we will merge from top to bottom. And we're done. Now we will take HB, which will be the last, and we will again shade the inner part and shade it from top to bottom. And now we will highlight the lower part of the eye carefully with 4B. And now we will highlight those zigzag patterns and the flower pattern that we made before with 4B. Good. Now we will take 2B and draw those lines again, because we have shaded and those lines have kind of disappeared into the eye. So we'll just highlight those lines using 2B, just like that. And we'll also draw the flower pattern and some lines inside too. Okay, now we will draw some zigzag lines like we're making eyelashes, but in the shining point. That will give it a realistic look. It will be like the shadow of the eyelashes that we'll make later or something. It gives the eye a more realistic look. And we're done. Now remember to sharpen your pencil, sharpen 4B, and make those lines that we drew with 2B a little darker. And the flower pattern and some lines in the inner part of the eye. Just like that. And we're done. Good job. Now we will take an eraser that has a sharp edge, and we will just erase the points in between those lines we made, like in between the flower and the pupil. And in between the flower pattern and the iris, just like that. Now that gives the eye a shine. Now we'll make the outer part. We'll shade it with the 4B, and just like we did in the iris, we'll bring from left to right, from dark to light. Then we'll take a bigger pencil, we'll take a darker pencil, and we'll do the same thing. We'll leave a point where it'll shine, just like that. And we're done. Now, again, we will take 6B. And now with an eraser, we'll just lighten those parts in which we want it to shine. Not too much, but just a little bit. And now we will highlight these points. And we'll highlight everything. All of the scales will be highlighted with a sharp 4B pencil. Remember to use a paper to not damage the inner part of the eye. And now we will take 2B and we will draw that part that we want to like fade away into the eye. And now we will take 4B and we will darken this point. Just like that, we'll merge the upper point of the eye with 4B till the half point, and this lower part, and just in between those scales we will shade a little bit. And now we will use 6B and we will make these beautiful eyelashes. Just like that, we'll make the eyelashes. We'll leave a little gap in between, and now we will take 4B and we'll make the lower part eyelashes in the lower part. Before that, we will shade that lower point and merge into those scales that we talked about before. Now we'll give those lower eyelashes some shine using an eraser, and we will darken them a little bit more. Remember, the lower eyelashes will be made with 4B and the upper will be made with 6B. Now in the spikes, what we will do is just shade the lower part of the scale and merge it to the upper part. Where we want it to be light, we will just use the the ear cleaner, whatever it's called, because he has the perfect amount of cotton in it. And just like that, where we want it to be light, we will leave it light, and where we want it to be dark, we'll leave it dark. Now, by using an eraser, we will just erase the top point that will give that shiny look. And now we'll just merge it, and we will use the eraser to just highlight those inner part of the iris once again, because we did work on the upper part, which just maybe might have gone our head. So now we will just merge it one more time from up to down after we use the eraser to highlight those points. And just like that, it's looking amazing. And now we will highlight that part one more time using 4B. We'll give it some finishing touches, some shine. We're not using a highlighter, so we're just using an eraser, which is easy because not everyone has an highlighter and everybody has an eraser. And now at this point, which should be merged into the eye, we will use 4B and just merge it. Just like that, we'll merge it. And we're done. Now we'll use a dirtier bud, and we will just give it some shade around the eye, just like that, so it stands out more, just like that. And we will erase all of the parts that may be dirty, just like that, and good. And it's done. And now all it's missing is your artist signature, and good. Let me know what you thought of this eye, and comment below what I should do next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.